So, I recently started a Reddit segment for me and my stream to react to. So, if you'd like to submit a Reddit story to me, that'd be awesome. And I greatly appreciate it. I'll have the link down below. That being said, there may be trigger warnings, and I will do my best in putting it somewhere on the screen here for you guys. And yeah, anything that I say on this stream, well, on the stream and video, do not take it to heart, not seriously. I am no professional, nor am I licensed in anything. This is just a anime girl giving her own opinion on the internet. Okay, that being said, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get to the story. Okay. So guys, this is under, oh god, whoops, ta, magic trick. Okay. So this is under, am I overreacting? Am I overreacting? Husband spends thousands on OnlyFans at a loss of how to move forward. Throwaway account for obvious reasons. My 35 female husband, 30 male, have been together for 4 years, married for 7 months. To say I had rotten luck in my love life is an understatement. I've been married twice before, and it took a lot of convincing and soul searching before I said yes to him. And generally, I'm glad I gave love another chance. He's been wonderful to me and is dedicated and caring stepfather to my children, and they love him dearly, along with his whole family. I'm getting these positive things out of the way as a preface. Oh god. Now for the negatives. Well, we aren't well off financially by any means. Most cases we live paycheck to paycheck, and last year was very rough for us, especially around the wedding. Either way, we do what we can, and I bring home the most money, so naturally I'm responsible for the most of the bills, and I'm fine with that. I wish he could contribute more, but he's not really financially responsible. He orders food out a lot, buys merch from his favorite gamers. I mean, who doesn't do frivolous spending every once in a while? Very recently, husband left a toxic employer. When he talked to me about his decision, I asked him 2 things. 1, do we have enough money squirreled away in case for the gap between jobs? And 2, what are you doing to get a new job ASAP? He said, we have enough money put aside. We have separate accounts and it works for us, and he is responsible for the savings. So I send him what I can to put away when I can. And he had an interview lined up already that was promising. So of course, I told him I'd support his decision. He did get the job, so he was only out of work for a week. This is important. We ran into an emergency this week that required $600, and he then admitted to me he was a bit short. But he figured it out by borrowing money from his brother. I was upset because he had told me we were okay, but then I dropped it because he said he was going to pay him back ASAP and start helping rebuild our nest egg. Oh my god, I don't like this already. Now to the situation. Yesterday, my husband left his phone on my desk while I was attending to my college classes. We have a pretty open policy with our phones, as we have nothing to hide. I decided to be silly and post a hacked Facebook post with his account. When I went to close the tab, I saw a bunch of tabs open. My biggest pet peeve as a formal cell phone store manager. So I went to work on swiping them closed, which okay, my brain's lagging. So I went to work on swiping them closed when I saw his Cash App account open. He uses it to get his paychecks early, and saw a slightly large transaction from OnlyFans, $60 to be exact, from the week that he was out of work. Curiosity got the better of me, and I looked at it and saw that there were more from that day. All in total, over $140. We don't really have any hard limits on porn in relationship. While he has a high drive, I don't always. I also dealt with health and mental issues. But hey, Pornhub is free. So when I saw those, especially during that week, I was upset. So I confronted him. He had no explanation besides I wanted to see one thing, so I reactivated my OnlyFans to see it, and it didn't interest me, so I deleted my account before that. I haven't used it in a year. I almost let it go and told him he needs to get more financially responsible until I looked at the picture of the screen I took and noticed it said, "See more from this seller." I asked to see his phone to see just how much more there was. He hesitated until I threatened to flush my engagement ring and wedding band right now if he didn't show me. He admitted that there was more and he didn't delete his account and handed me his phone. When I said I was floored, I was floored. I only went back about a year, but in that year, he spent thousands on OnlyFans content. Many of the transactions well over 100 in one go. And then there were still more from that one day, recurring payments, one even from the day before our wedding. Anyways, I was furious. I snapped, I screamed, I cried, and I asked why. Here I've been scraping by financially that the whole year. Last year, we almost lost the house because of how behind we got. Thankfully, I was able to go through a loss mitigation process and it turned out fine. But to find out that in months' time, he could have paid at least 2 months of the mortgage payments from his OnlyFans purchases made my blood boil. To top all that off, I get he has his drive, and I truly don't care about porn. It's 2025. That's so easily accessible and generally free. The fact that he felt the need to pay for particular people's contents felt like a betrayal. Am I overreacting in this feeling, or in feeling like this? I thought about kicking him out. The house is mine and being done. But I'm so tired of marriages and relationships not working out, and I've been ridiculed over my marriage track record. But out of all the horrible betrayals I've had, this feels like the biggest. He wants to make it work and deal with everything to fix things, but I can't trust him. Sure, there's love there, but trust is paramount to me. And it's hard to rebuild once it's broken, not to mention taking my kids out of his life and his family's life. This would gut everyone involved, and I feel like my own self-respect and my love for these people in my life are in the balance. He's currently sleeping on the couch until further notice, but at this point, our future is in limbo. Thanks for sticking out this long story. If you made it all the way through, any advice on how to move forward would be really appreciated. I have no words for this. I think he needs to go to therapy. She says she's okay with shit like that, but like, I just think if she wants to make it work, he needs to go to therapy, and he needs to learn how to be financially responsible, because you can't be doing that, because at this point you're putting this OF person or whatever, your PP, above your family. You know what I mean? Like, your own pleasure is more greater than your family. Goddamn, instant divorce for me. Yeah, I don't think, like, I could agree with that. It's just, I understand why she doesn't want to, because like this is her third marriage, but it's like at the same time, it's like you have people who aren't you have people who are now, you have a family essentially, and you have to put your family above. And the fact that you're making your wife kind of work be the main sole provider because you want to spend your money on shit like this. Like, even if it was video games too, like we could put this with video games instead of OF. It's still an issue because you are literally affecting everybody else's lifestyle next to you. You're making people have to live paycheck to paycheck because you are so into whatever it may be, whether it be games, gambling, or any sort of addiction is bad. Any sort of addiction is bad. Let's all get that into our heads. People could have a porn addiction. It could be a gaming addiction. It could be a gambling addiction. It could be anything. Anything could be bad. Anything of overconsumption is bad. As Janaya gambles in chat. Let's see. Let's be honest here. He doesn't care about you or your kids or the household bills. He's prioritizing his knob over all things. Exactly. That's what I was just saying. You can't stay with someone who will bankrupt you because boo-hoo, he's got a high sex drive. Tell him to get a laboring job. He'll be too knackered to care about porn after a full week on a building site. Get him gone and learn to not care about what other people think. No matter how bad your relationship history is, you don't have to settle for this loser. You know what? I stand by Dire Straits 16. Amen. Amen. I had a friend who was in a very shitty relationship, I will say. Very shitty relationship. Who made a comparison between me and her. Because, guys, regardless of if you are my friend, my partner, whoever, stranger, acquaintance, whatever, if you treat me like shit or you put me in a situation that I'm not comfortable with, I'm cutting you off. I am cutting you off. So like any relationships that I've had before, if I didn't like the way they were talking to me, or if they did something and I really didn't like, and I had the communication, did everything, did all the basic steps, and I left, it's just not gonna work out if you're not gonna do that. If you're not gonna be considering my feelings, especially when I'm talking to you about it, then what's the point in fucking staying? If you're not willing to change for your partner, what's the point in staying? Obviously, she needs to have the conversation as well. But if this is something that's been continuous, and even if she wants to make this work out, she totally can. That is all on her. But it's like our one story with the ultimatums. I hate ultimatums. Why do you have to give someone an ultimatum for them to listen to you, or to even consider that they are also hurting other people in the process? Does that make sense, guys? Never. Like, I had a friend who literally tried saying like, oh, I have this 2-year relationship that I'm not happy in, and I come to you crying every fucking week. But you can't even stay in a relationship. And you guys want to know what I told her as? I was like, because I am not willing to, I have standards, and I'm not willing to let someone fucking hurt me or do anything wrong by me, because I value myself, and I'm not gonna stick into a relationship where I feel like shit all the time. Dismissed. I don't care if I've been in 30 relationships. If they're not treating me right, I'm out. And some people will say I'm quick to give up, but I just have zero patience to deal with someone that I don't think is gonna change. I had someone try to gaslight me into staying with them because I'm too quick on giving up. No, motherfucker. I have been communicating to you for the past 6 months. But if you're not gonna if you're not gonna show me that you are willing to learn from this, and also, but one thing I will say is nobody ever calls me out, and that's what pisses me off too. I'm not perfect either. But like, if that person could also call you out on your shit, yeah, it sucks. My feelings will be hurt. I will be butthurt. But if they can't call me out on my shit too, because like I said, I ain't perfect. But I will call you out on your shit. But I need you to also do the same to me. So that way we both learn. It's like it's a balance. It's a balance I need personally. Because I've always had partners where they like it leads to the end and they don't communicate anything, and then like I'm hit with all this shit and I'm just like, brother, like you need to communicate. Anyways, but yeah, I wouldn't blame her for divorcing. But if she did want to make this work, she could try. He needs to get into therapy and he needs to get the fuck off those sites. And yeah, maybe actually get a hard labor fucking job. That way, by the time his ass is home, he don't even have time to think about them OF chicks. Okay? And nothing against the OF chicks because get your bag, period. But it's just men like this are kind of are like an issue.